Chasing their gold according to their rules sucks. It just sucks. And if we're selling our dreams for that little bit of gold, that is such a shame, because if we chase our dream, the real gold, the real treasure is on the other side of that. What are you willing to sacrifice to live your dream, to chase your dream, to do what you love? The answer needs to be everything. You have to be willing to sacrifice everything, all your comforts, to chase what you want to learn to do, because you see where it's going to go. You see what's possible if you keep your nose to the grindstone. To chase sculpture is, I feel, such a challenge to begin with, and it begins all in the mind, and it forms a picture, and I don't know, it's ethereal. I mean, it's something that can't be captured, hence chasing the art. This project now, we're doing 2 American bald eagles. They're going to adorn the north and south corners of a new space in Pacific Beach. I was pretty honored, because they come to me and they said, hey, we've already put up these little extensions and we want you to design something for us. So yes, it's a great honor and a great chance to put stuff out there, put my work out there.
The beautiful thing about working with wood, or any medium, but with wood in particular, since that's what I do, is the more you work it, the more beautiful it becomes. Patience, time and pressure. Time and pressure.
Yeah, you hit some hard spots, but that is life. That's what makes you really appreciate the good spots. A couple years ago, I hurt myself by being foolish with fireworks, and so you find out what you're made of when things aren't going your way all the time, and you're faced with adversity. But a long time ago, I was faced with adversity as a child, and it defines you then. I was adopted out at 5 years old and into a family in Ohio, central Ohio. I grew up on a farm. Learned so much on that farm growing up. Good work ethic. You're outfitted to work for yourself. So I was there about 10 years, and then I got into some trouble in high school, and that's a whole chapter, but I ended up in Missouri. And after my time I spent there at the home, I stayed and I learned construction during my final year at the home, going to school and doing my thing, my time. But I learned construction, so it led me into working on a lumber yard as a first job as a teenager. Wanted to travel. I went to Alaska and worked on an offshore processor and just had a great time. That was when I was about 25. Found out that I loved the ocean, and because I grew up on a farm in Ohio, and I remember working the fields on the tractor and watching these cars go up and down the freeway that ran through the middle of our farm and wondered where they were all going, and I needed to go there as soon as I could. But this energy the ocean puts off is one of renewal. Regardless how far down I've been, I went out on the beach. You find out how nature and how everything in this world is something that you got to be a part of it. You can't fight it. It's something that it's unbelievable what it can do for your mindset and for just hanging on. My friends on the boat, and I made a lot of them, they said, you need to go to Westport, Washington. You need to go to Westport, Washington. So, just throwing a dart at the map, I decided I was going to Westport, Washington, traveled, seen everybody back east after I'd come down out from Alaska and seen family. Then I moved out here, not knowing anyone, and basically with my duffel bag, and moved to Westport. Didn't go back to work in construction right away. I took people fishing on a charter boat for a couple of summers. and lived a freestyle life of a charter boat deckhand, and had a lot of fun doing that, and just seeing the West Coast and seeing where I lived at. Working in construction felt like I'd reached my pinnacle. Traveling to work to do things in other states or other places, I'd done that, and I really didn't feel that was my thing to do. I always wanted to do something for myself. Working with wood, I worked with wood plenty. When I turned 40, I just finished up the Iron Springs Resort up the road here. I was a project manager and overseeing the renovation of that resort. That's always a good reference point for it. Kind of ended my construction career, and at that time, everything went downhill in my personal life, and so it was a circle to the bottom, about a year and a half going down, and then a year and a half coming back to beginning to what I was going to do. It gets dark sometimes, but each day can get brighter. I mean, the other way is you can literally fall into all self-despair and everything's horrible, and there's no bottom to it. There's no bottom to it. I looked for it. And so you decide to climb out. I know that I was given my gift when I was 40. It was something that it's outside of my reach. And so by the grace of my Creator, it was like given this something to chase. I had enough money, I was gonna buy my first saw, so I decided I was gonna carve a wolf. Well, I got this chainsaw, I went to the beach that day. I didn't carve a wolf, I didn't carve anything. I made a mess, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I made such a mess, and discouragement, oh man, discouraged. But at the same time, I believe that the imagination is something that's untapped and it's given to us, and every man and woman has this innate, wonderful ability. They can become what they need to be, but you teach yourself through mistakes. So I try to make as many as I could every day, carving. You got to practice, and then you're tired, you're burned out, you burn yourself out, But at the same time, this profession that you chose, you've got to have success at it or you don't eat. My method of practice is different than everybody's because I don't go by the book. I form a picture in my head, and then I put my music on, and it's the really strong, powerful electronic dance music, and I go like hell. I put a big cut in there to officially make a decision. Push myself to see beyond what I've seen before. It has to be all from inside. It has to be something from inside. There is success, and it's the sister or the brother of failure, and the two go hand in hand. But you'll find the more time you spend working on stuff, you don't even remember the monetary success because you're moving on, you're branching out. Your idealisms become your life in such a manner that, consumes you, you enjoy, you give back, you try to help other people see that, hey, it's the way to do things, I find I desire to give back to my community in a way that causes us all to keep thriving and striving and growing. Why not add a touch of happiness wherever you're at? A little here, a little there. The most fun thing to do is to share it with people so they can see that, they don't have to accept things as they are. I mean, that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Just because you got your fingers blown off, you're going to give up there. You can't give up. You got to keep going. There's no reason to stop. you find that once you go through a lot of things, those challenges that are presented are just that, they're challenges. Be patient with everything. It's a journey. It's the journey. The journey sometimes is what tells the best stories. In my lifetime, I've chased women, I've chased, money, I've chased the best job, I've chased travel. The truth of the matter is to flow and to stay happy and to stay positive, you chase exactly what you want to create. Sculpture is very evocative. I think, I get really excited inside when I think about what I may want to create, what I'll get to create before, time takes over. I have a 3-year-old daughter, and I often wonder, I spend a lot of time just watching her, and I often wonder what wisdom I need to impart. I love to see life through the eyes of my child. I watch Gabriella, and I see life through the eyes of a child is so simple and beautiful. I just want to be able to show her how and give her examples of how she can have a free mind, a free spirit, and remain free in this world. Everybody that always grown up in the family stayed close to home. I think I've been the only one to ever range out as far as I have and do the most, traveling or doing whatever, living at the edge of my seat. I got back to Ohio where my folks live, and I stayed there for a couple of weeks, and I carved them a whole bunch of stuff. Then, of course, we have a whole woods back in the back, and you cut down all the trees and carve them all, that's what it was. They were so excited. And so everybody has a piece of artwork, and something that I did for them. My mom, she said to me, she goes, I knew this was what you're always going to do. She's like, I could tell that, you finally settled on something that you found. Tool that I carved the eyes in, and all the work around the brow, above and below, and then the beak line right up here, all this white to black on the hairline. Get our talons super sharp, curved. And then clink the tail. Get all that emotion out in with the sanding, the finishing, the burning, the shading. You'll catch all that, and you'll catch all that in the end. Yes, so what's showing up is one of the eagles that we've prepared for this building. We're working hard. We show up every day to make things like this happen, brother. It's been a good morning. Always focus on the art. That's what you focus on. Don't focus on how many you make. Focus how real they look, how beautiful they are. Very carefully, very carefully. You wanna go up now? Take off those last two. I'm gonna have a hold of his head up here. So. That looks about right there, yeah. Perfect, brother.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Same wood joinery that you would in a wood shop.
Okay.
Yeah, so the body has the mortise and the wing has the tenon. Okay, and lift up on that end. Now let's strap that down. Then we're all ready.
Okay.
And so there's 9 sides of glue, and I mean, they're strong. Strongest part of the bird, probably.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know how high you want to go, Carl.
Right.
Okay. Up and to us, up and to us. Gosh, there's so many moving parts on this one, man. I hope we're as lucky as the other one. There you go. Looking good. Come on up. There you go, Carl. Yeah, you got this. You got this. You got this. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Yep, we're gonna use those to fasten. Here you go. Okay, keep a hold of it. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Sweet, there you go. This is how he sits right there. It looks so good up there. It looks so good up there.
It's good to finish things because I think the one that made us wants us to finish things. He's not done with us until we change shape and form.
That looks really nice. He's looking right out the driveway.
As you come
Yeah,
in the driveway,
yeah.
they're looking right at you like, what
Yeah,
are you doing?
what are you doing, man? So many folks are caught up in such a circle of it's never getting anywhere. Folks don't know that they can actually create their own system. The river flows, you know, the river flows, and if we try to stand against that, it keeps coming and it becomes too much. But if we just move with it, adapt and change, we'll find our lives are peaceful a little bit more. There's a gift, a divine gift for each and every one of us. Each and every one of us has one. It's up to us to chase that gift.